before you import the libraries. Let me reshare this one again. Okay, but if you have done so, if you've watched that video, if you've configured your machine with Javafx, this one should be something very
recording in progress.
So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to show you how to use a separate program called Scene Builder to build your interface for your Java program. So I'll delete this one I was using for demonstration, or I can leave it. Let me just leave it. I'll create a new project, and this time under Java and you have Javafx, so you have to select Javafx and you have to select Javafx FXML application, because we shall be developing our interface using what we call the FXML language. It's a interface language for Java. So if you select Java application, it's how it will work, but you'll develop your interface and backend in Java. But FXML allow us to use a different language called FXML. I'll call it school. No, I'll call it dispensary. Dispensary, or just short name like so. I'll create a main class called this, and this main class will act as our main class or our starting class. Then this FXML document, I'll call it dashboard. Okay, can be called dashboard or dash. So I give it a couple of seconds to create and open your project. So anytime you're creating and opening a JavaFX FXML project or program, it usually comes with 3 files. 2 of them are Java files, 1 of them is an FXML file. And in my previous video, I explained that the FXML, the 3 files, the FXML is your interface. The 2 Java, one is your main class, your starting class. Then the other Java class is your controller. Kazi yake ni control whatever happens in your interface. On your interface, you'll have buttons, you'll have text field, you'll have tables, you'll have pens, you'll have a lot of items or content. Now, anything that happens to that content, anytime you click or drag or do any of the mouse or keyboard action, are usually controlled by your dashboard, your controller class. Controller class is just a Java. So controller class basically, as I explained, it contains methods that control a certain interface. Let's say interface of dashboard. Kuna button ya close, kuna button ya logout, kuna button ya go to settings. All those are represented as methods, or you can represent them as methods inside your controller class. Then something else I mentioned very quick before I move somehow deeper is that every controller, every class is tied to a single controller, but a single controller can be tied to a multiple interface. Like interface moja can only have one controller, but one controller can control a number of classes, a number of interfaces. That is, like this dashboard controller, it can control the main dashboard. You can control dashboard for maybe doctors, dashboard for nurses, dashboard for finance or something. But each of that interface can only have one controller. There's something else we need to know in a JavaFX. So before you go into anything else, it's always a good practice that you test and make sure that your code is working before you start creating more classes, more interfaces, editing. So click on it to run like so. Oh, I'm running the wrong one. I'll cancel this one. Select this and click on run. Shift F6. Oh, Shift F6. Yes, that's good. Now I'm getting an error somewhere. Let me see. It's usually good. It's application statement on that. I think my interface is the one, of course, with the error. So what I'll do is I'll come and change my controller name to have the same name as my interface name. It is okay because they are not the same type of file, so they can have the same name. File extension is the difference. So it's giving me an error because I have an issue with my controller. So in every interface under FX controller in your FXML code, this is where you put the name of your Java controller class without, of course, the extension like so. So make sure you save all of them. Then I'll run again. And that should be okay now, unless it wants to surprise me. Okay, it's a little bit slower because I'm running so many things in the background. But anyway, you run. So if I click on me, you can see you clicked me and some hello out there. So that is the pre-created code in imekuja nayo. So let me just keep and check a look at this one. So before I jump any further into explaining this file in Javafx, I like arranging my work in what we call packages, because we shall be using different languages, doing different things. So I usually prefer I create a package for everything. So let me close this one. So right click on this main package and say new Java package. So one of these package will be for interfaces. So I'll call it interface. So all of my FXML code package. Create another package. I'll call it CSS. And that is all my styling, cascading style. All my CSS will go there. I'll create another package called controllers. And controllers can have other packages inside. Which are the one? So these are just the main one. Or you can have one more for images. Let me call it icon because there'll be icons. So every icon that I'll be using, that's where they'll be stored. So I like arranging them in that way. So I'll come back to my, so I'll drag everything to where it's supposed to be. This dash is a controller, so I'll take it to the controller package. So just say refactor. Select my interface, my dash, drag it to where it's supposed to be under interfaces. Like so. So what remains here under my main package is my starting class, or my main class. Kazi yake ni kama kit, like kama kia gari ya kustart. Kazi yake ni kustart gari na kazi yake imeishia hapo. So that's the same for that class. I'll come back to this main class because I've moved them in different in new packages. So I'll have to indicate where I have moved them. So I'll move them to this interface. Like so, is it correct? Has to be. Save that one. Then I'll come back to my FXML, and I'm thinking it hasn't picked yet. So it's this dot controllers, because that is where it is. Controllers. So then I'll try to rebuild and run it again. Okay, so let me just run it again. Yeah, just to make sure that everything has been picked and is okay. So that one is okay, and we are ready to create our Javafx FXML application. So first thing, we are starting with the interface, and we're building our interface using a different application called Scene Builder. In my previous video, I explained how you can install Scene Builder, and it will be automatically be integrated with NetBeans so that anytime I double click on my FXML file, it will take a couple of seconds and it will be opened in Scene Builder. So in Scene Builder, we shall be able to, it is, so this is Scene Builder. So in Scene Builder, we shall be able to create our interface and save. And every time we are saving, it will be automatically be saved also in our NetBeans. So I'll get rid of all this. So select this one, X and X. So let's get to learn a few things. For starters, or for beginners with FXML, the very best in Swing, we were talking about JFrame, the structure we lay before, where we can now include our contents, our fields, and every component. So in FXML, it's called an anchor pen. You can use an anchor pen to do that. And I'm saying an anchor pen is the main one or the frame for your application, because you can still use something else. But for beginners, let's start with this one. So I'm just going to make a very simple dashboard and probably style it a little bit. Okay, so stretch it a little further like that. Then I can start bringing in tools. So I'll have a label on top here. So it's called a label. Drag a label, put it here. I can say welcome. Welcome to our dispensary. of getting this spellings correctly. Then you click on it. On your right hand side, you can find the editing tools for my label. So this is the text. I can change my font styles here. Yeah, it's taking a little bit longer, but you'll forgive me for that. Should be select bold, italic, and something amazing. Yeah, something basic like so. Color black, we can pick blue. Blue like so. Welcome to a dispensary. There are many things you can do. You can underline it if you want. If you come down here, you can align it center. That is for your text. If you go down further, there's visibility. Visibility just makes it. If you remove visibility, you won't be able to see it. Then down here, you can apply. I can apply more styles if I want. I'm more editing. Okay, then I'll look for something else we call a V-box or a vertical box. A vertical box just allows me to align items vertically from up to down. Then inside this, I'll have a number of buttons, so you can have a button. We select on my box like so. Go back. Then under properties, we always make sure whatever you're editing is what you intend. Apogee may indicate VBox, so I know I'm editing my vertical box VBox. So I'll select top center so that it can look like so. Then there's something else under layout called padding. Padding is your edge and your item. So this one is for top. If I put it 5, somehow in a move chini kidogo, just to give it a space. So you can give it 10. 10 sounds great, like so. Come back to border. So if I just search this one quickly, it will give me border color. I can simply type black, like so. Then it will give you a black border, like so. But this one I'm just editing with medicine builder, which is no problem. So this one I'll call it home. This is the home button. And I can also edit my button further. I can give it a different background. So some of this editing, if you check there, you won't see them. You can always find them under style. So background color, and I'll select blue. Or you can use what we call RGB to do that. No harm, it will work. I'm just not so good with cramming RGB colors. Then I'll change the text color to white. Yeah, so that it can be visible like so. Anything else I need to change? Let me see if I can find something to do with the radius. Yeah. Radius. Background radius. Scroll downwards. Give it something like 5 then. It's working so that I can have not a round, but a fairly round button. Let me increase the text size. Increase the text size to bold and bold. Something more bigger. 15 should be good, like so. Then I'll duplicate this one for so many. So you can have home, you can have reception, like so. To space this one because they're looking a little bit ugly, I'll remove a few of them. We can have reception, we can have lab. I only have 10 minutes, I'll be done with this. Just making something basic. Home, reception, lab. I can have something like pharmacy. It's a dispensary. Pharmacy, how do you pronounce pharmacy? Pharmacy, like so. Then finance, where people pay. Then we can also have settings, if there are settings to make. Well, let me add one. This one is for logout. You can add one more. Can add one more for profile, just profile. Profile. Like so, I'll click on my VBox and come and edit it, just to give it a little bit of more space. So that one is usually done under layout, what we call spacing. I can give it that space between components or items, so you can give it 20, that is too big. Give it 10. It's fair. Let me go with 15. Perfect. Then I'll try to make this one look the way they're supposed to look, a little bit more bigger. And this one, finance, settings, logout, and profile. Yeah, but they don't look so cute because some are bigger, some are smaller. Let me go with the biggest one, pharmacy. Pharmacy has a width of 107, so each one of them will be giving them a width of 7. Ouch. Like so. Yeah, so that they look cute. 107. Pharmacy is already 107, so finance 107. This one, I'll give it again 107. So logout, I'll give it 107. 107. And the last one is profile. Again, 107, like so. So 107, so it looks something uniform. Then let me make my VBox a little bit bigger. Okay, then if we had a lot of time, of course, but we shall do it next time. I can put icons. So next time I'll be showing you how to put images, icons, kind of things. Yeah, then once we have icons, that is, of course, an image. We can now start filling our dashboard the way it's supposed to be. But anyway, before I run out of time, let me see anything else. Oh, I can make a toolbar here. Toolbar. Oh, this one looks hard. It's more pretty. Toolbar. Then this one can be inside the toolbar. Can be inside the yeah, just right out there. Then you can also edit our toolbar. Come back to properties. Disable no. I think all I can do is this. I think just that. I can remove this button. Need it. So yeah, something like so. Can I move this one at the center? Yeah, I doubt I can do it from here, but it's okay. Well, I can do it from here. There are many ways I can do it. Padding, top, right, bottom, left, give it 20. 40. Yep. Yeah, that's fairly good. So you can also preview it from here. So show preview just to see how your program will look like. So it will look something like this one. So there are many things you can do. You can add text fields, password fields, if it's a login. So all of these components are here. So simply search there, text field. If you want a password field, just search a password field. They usually find that they are correct name. If you want something like a progress bar, you can always find it here. You can have it one here just for show. You can edit it. Give it something animated like so. So that it looks like it's loading. Then you can add a label here. So that it can look like it's loading something. Loading. Give it those 3 dots. Like so, just to edit a little more quick. Black will be okay. Give it more bigger font. There. Give it bold italic. That should be great. Something like so. So once you're done, you save it, Control S, or you can come here and click on save, but I've already saved. Then you can close it or go back to NetBeans. It's already saved. If you check your NetBeans codes, they are somehow adjusted. So I can run it so that we can see what we have made. Yeah, so you can see how it looks like. It's missing a lot of things, but again, for beginner, it's good. It's okay. So allow me to do something else. Okay, application is now that way. We can build it more and more and more. And this is just the interface. We haven't touched anything to do with, of course, the controller, but we can do that in our next session where we shall be practicing doing this using now CSS. To style it using CSS, it's so fast and it's so cool. You don't have to strain much of this. So next time we shall be doing CSS and a few of other components. We shall design a very simple login form using CSS and something else we call Javafx, but I'll just tell you what it is, not something that difficult. So until next time, it is bye-bye for now.